Oh, good, very early morning. It is so hot. It really is hot. Things that my body does not like. Put it that way. It doesn't like heat because of my head. It doesn't like heat with humidity because of my lungs. And my intestines. They just swell out. For some reason in the heat. They just don't know why. Can't figure that one out yet. They just do. Anyways, Good Friday. I think it's Friday, so Good Friday morning. I don't know, it's 6 something in the morning. I've only had a few hours sleep, so please forgive me for being stupid. Hello, Mr. P. He's at my feet. Didn't sleep so good. Excuse me. That would be the reason why, because the weather is just really has been going up and down like a roller coaster. But I didn't come on here to discuss the roller coaster weather. I did come on to discuss because I noticed that I did not post what happened to me at the hospital when I went to see my big doc. So here it is in a nutshell. Long story short, I went. People were there that felt sorry for me because I was throwing up. And then I got to see him, and basically his hands are tied, but he's going to try to advocate for me to all the surgeons because I need surgery. And now, there is a backlog in surgeries, and cancer patients are going first, so they should be. I'm lumped in with the cancer patients because I need to have this done. Thing is, they can go, certainly, they can rebuild you. They can go and they can fix what's happening down below. And they can fix that, and they can fix the pelvic wall and all of that. They can fix that. Like you discussed, and like we discussed, concerns with that. I can't seem to be kept liquid. I have boulders that come out of me that are gigantic. Gigantic. They're so big they don't come out. I have to help them along. And the pain with that is just ridiculous. Getting this stuff out of me. And this is just from liquid. See, Mom. You just want a kiss. Good morning. And so, once I get all of these out, I know, honey, you're smelling my head. I get you. Thank you. Why isn't he cute? You want a high five? High five? No, that's a lazy one. Sorry. Once these massive boulders are out of me, which takes a huge effort to do that, then comes this what I call toxic poop soup, because I can't get around all of these massive boulders. I'm already on medical TNT to get these boulders to be liquid, but it's not happening. So I've got to up my dosage on some of my meds to try to keep me liquid. That in itself is, oh God, so fun. And I'm being so facetious when I say that. Anyways, that causes a whole host of other issues. Oh, that's so painful in itself. But because I can't seem to stay liquid, and they don't know why I can't, because I'm on everything that they give you and more for for colonoscopy. what they give you to clean you out for a colonoscopy. I do that every day. Doesn't work. There is being constipated. Sorry about that. Because that's what happens with pseudointestinal, as well as this is what happens. There's here, and I'm way out here. I'm so far out there that it's like, wow. Anyways, and because of my slow, my dismotility, and it doesn't have that squeezy motion all the way through to get everything going, it just collects and sits there. And sits there, and sits there, and it's bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So I think you get it by now. The thing is the strain on me to push these things through, which fill up a bowl, literally, because I've taken pictures and I've sent them to my doc. Blood pours out after that, and literally blood is all over my hands everywhere. He's surprised that I'm not bleeding a lot more, so I'm going to have to start watching for that if that starts happening, because of the strain and the tearing and everything that's happening. So, this is the issue. Here we go. They can rebuild me down below. However, with the strain that I'm putting on that area, I'm going to wreck the surgery. It'll be for naught. So why would they do a surgery that's going to wreck? I'm going to wreck anyways. I'm going to ruin it by what's happening with me, in my digestive, further up top in my intestines. That in itself means one thing, which we discussed briefly, and we've discussed it on other occasions that I've been there, is that the surgeons would most likely do a colostomy, which means remove my entire colon. That has its own set of problems. They would, they would still fix down below. Yo-ho, down below. They would still fix down below with the rectoceles and everything else, because what's happening with that now is they're pushing into another cavity and they're trying to come out. And that is really not so fun. It's burning. It's causing infections, bleeding in areas that I don't normally bleed in because I've had a complete hysterectomy. So it's like, what is that? And it hurts because I know I'm sitting on something. Literally sitting on something. And I can feel it. And it's coming out of the other way. So I can feel that too. And it hurts. That's not the only area that I hurt from. There's like the whole digestive shit happening there that I hurt when my intestines swell so much that they completely push up into my chest and push my organs aside and everything else. And there's nothing I can do for that. Nothing. They can't do anything. There is no cure for this. So I gotta sit there and take it for as long as I can. And then you have my, I'll get into that after. So anyways, with this would bring on a colostomy. My colon doesn't really function. It has slow to no motility. So taking a piece of that, I'm assuming it's coming from there, because there has to be some absorption, right? And they'd have to make a stoma, which means they pull it out of my stomach area. And that's my son. Okay. They pull it out of my stomach area, and then I would have a bag. And that's how I'd go to the bathroom from that point on. What they're worried about is, again, am I going to stay liquid? Are they going to start having problems with infection? If they start having all these problems with infection, I can get sepsis, which is a blood infection, in which case that'll shorten my life considerably. Like, considerably. What they were trying to do with all of this, well, before all of this happened, was to give me some kind of quality of life. Because right now I don't have any. So they were trying to give me some kind of quality of life, and then discovered down below I was having so many issues that they never even thought I had. Surprise! So now we're waiting for surgery. And he's pushing as much as he can to get me there. Like I said, the cancer patients are first, and then there would be myself, but there is a backlog in surgeries. And I'm really needing this, so I basically bump in with the cancer patients. So we'll wait and see what happens. I'm not going to give it much more time before I call back and say, so how'd it go? So basically he's advocating on my behalf. And that's where it sits. That's where it stands. Now, as for the other issues, there's no cure. That's not going to help anything here. There's no cure. I was on medication that elongated my QT complex, which is the rhythm in my heart, and elongated my QT enough that it could have effectively stopped my heart. So they had to pull me off that medication immediately, my cardiologist. I'm really not on anything. Because there is no anything. Because it's rare. What we have is rare. And drug companies don't want to spend the money to investigate. And do research. We're just not that important. Or the numbers aren't there for them to do that. So many people suffer. Many people die because of it. Many people die because of the complications. And in my groups, that's what's happening. And young ones, little ones, which really make me sad because they haven't even lived their life. And when you get parents on the group saying, what do I do? Please help me. What do I do for my child? It just rips my heart out and rips everybody else's heart out that has all of this. We try to support each other the best we can and to recommend doctors, recommend everything we can. I also have COPD. I never thought I'd see that, but I do. And that makes breathing a little tough, especially in weather like today, like it's been humidity in my chest. My lungs don't like it at all. And it's hard to breathe. And if you notice, I'm sounding like I have a cold. I don't have a cold. It's my chest. It's my lungs. So I've got to watch that, seriously watch that, and make sure that it does not go any further, that it stays in check, that we don't go into anything further. I'm not even going to say it and put it out into the universe. No, thank you. Anyways, then we hit on my bad boys, 4 of them. 1 in my stomach, 3 in my head, rare migraines. They happen every day, all day, varying degrees of pain. And again, the temperature and the weather affects them greatly. One of the things that affects them. But it's a major one because it's like an up and down roller coaster where my head tries to adjust. And it has so much trouble adjusting. And in humidity, ugh. So put all of this stuff together. And it's a bitch. I'm sorry. It's a bitch. And now one of my favorite programs. I don't know what's happening with it. When I could just tune out and tune into something for a while and just forget the pain, man, does that make me a happy camper. I'm a happy, I'm not a guy, but I'm a happy chappy. Okay? As Sophia would say, I'm a happy chappy. But I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. I can only pray and hope that it will continue for another few seasons, and it'll continue to keep my mind off of this massive pain that I am in on a daily basis, ranging from a +8 to 20 plus, well, beyond 20 plus, beyond. When my thunderclap, one of them, it's a thunderclap, one of them alone has been known to cause mass suicide because the pain is so bad. I get it. Now add 2 more into that. Add another one in your stomach. Add all the other pain into that. And even the doctors have said, I don't know how you're doing this. Prayer, faith, everything in that arsenal. Asking people to pray. I have my prayer area set up here. I am doing everything I can, and positivity bubble around me. Positivity, 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 positivity. That's how I gotta stay. So every day I say to myself, before my feet touch that floor, is something good is gonna happen for me today. Something good. So now that I've given you an update, happy Friday. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And all my love from the Sickie across the pond. And to somebody I know who's fighting like crazy. And he is inspirational to me. With all the shit that I'm dealing with, he's inspirational to me and to a lot of other people. I know what you're going through. I do. Why? I've had cancer twice. Cervical. Surprise, when I was a young teen. Holy crap, what was that? What? No? We think we're supposed to live forever. What's going on here? Yeah. That scared the crap out of me. Cancer runs heavily in my family. I've lost uncles, aunts, grandparents, father, a brother. I've lost so many people to cancer, biologically and familial. For myself, with all of this as well apparently runs in the family. And I think I seem to have gotten the trifecta of illness. It's okay, because this is how it's supposed to be. And I believe in different things. Laws of attraction, prayer, God is my God. The Lord is my Lord. And I pray every day for other people as well. Lots of other people. Pee Wee Tom's Dan is one of those people. Only one. I have a whole list of them. That I pray in different ways. They say prayer doesn't help. Sure it does. It absolutely does. In many different forms. It may not cure you, but you can ask for different things, for comfort, for love, for peace. So many things you can ask for. So, I pray. I do yoga when I can. I do Pilates when I can for my lungs, because I got to keep that stuff moving. Can't let it sit too much, because then it'll turn a funny color and, oh, I'm in trouble. Trouble. Yeah, trouble, y'all. You hear it changing? You can hear this changing as I'm talking. So, somebody said I sounded like Darth Vader. Now I sound like Darth Vader. Luke, I am your father. Now I can do it, because my lungs are allowing me to. Luke, I am your father. And I am a geeky girl, so. But do not mention my beautiful dad. The man who is the wind beneath my wings, the love of my life. And I will never meet a man in my life that I will love, or who will love me as much as my father would have or has in my life. He was in heaven now, with my brother, with my sister, and my mother as well has end-stage Alzheimer's. So as one family, we got struck really hard. And I have a birth mom who's really ultra cool, and I love her. I'm so thankful that I found her. Very thankful. So, and I have two great boys. I call them boys, and they're not. They're men. They're in their mid-20s, and they have lives of their own. And I have grandchildren. So, they're not boys, but to me, they're my boys. And I love them. And I plan on hanging out here as long as I can to irritate the shit out of them. Always. So, have a great Friday. Mr. P and I, he's sleeping still. He's really tired. We're up. Like I said, I've only had a few hours sleep. Mr. P and I say, happy Friday. Have a good weekend. Take the time to enjoy everything around you, because there's beauty in every single thing around you. You just got to slow yourself down, stop, and enjoy it. Because you are not guaranteed tomorrow. You're guaranteed this very moment. And it's what you make of this moment that counts. So make the best out of every moment you have. That's it. I'm off my soapbox. Stop preaching. Peace out. Love you.